Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sanjana. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about I'm going to be sharing some tips on how you could use multiple planners while I set up the current planner for the week. And for this particular setup, I'm going to be using two sticker books. One is Squad Goals and the other one is Color Story 4 because there are some matching ones in here. And the stickers that I want to use are like from fall themed ones, but probably not these ones, because even though we have like a month of the season left, I do see it moving more towards winter, and I just wanted to do one final spread for fall this season before we head to more like Christmas as well as winter spread. So let's get started. And in terms of multiple planners, a lot of you guys requested to see how you could use them so that you can get some of the launch offers, because there's a lot of freebies and also the price is reduced for some. So I thought instead of like putting it out next week, I could do it in this video itself. Okay, so there was some issue with the recording. I just want to make sure that everything is covered. That's why I'm gonna apologize that these things are not covered in the recording, me laying this down. But in terms of sharing the tips, before I get started with that, I want to share like why exactly you need to use multiple planners, so that you can decide, okay, do you actually need it or not, before we move on to the tips. So the first tip that I wanted to share with you all is to just see if like there's a lot going on in your life, if it's become a bit chaotic, and if there's like one or two areas of your life that needs a bit more attention and a bit more organization. So if you're in that kind of a situation, I think having multiple planners, like you'd really benefit from having multiple planners. And for me, I think I realized that when I started my post-graduation in 2019, that's when I realized that I need to have a separate planner for that. I think within a week that my college started, I was like, this is gonna be a bit much. It would be helpful if I have a separate planner for it to make note of all the assignments and all that. So think about that. And this year, not for 2022 but for 2020, sorry, not for 2021, for 2022, I do realize that I need one for work. So that I know now that I need to add a separate planner for work. This year I was using bullet journal in the beginning, but that book got over and I never got around to like either adding a new planner or adding a new bullet journal. So I just didn't do that, and I do see the need for it. So I've decided, okay, for next year I definitely need another one. So think about which area of your life would benefit from that. Probably, what's that, health and wellness might require another planner, like to either plan out your workouts or to even use it as a log. I think you can think about that. Or if you're starting a new side hustle, then probably it would be best to have a planner from the get-go itself to make sure everything is organized in one place. So yeah, if you need like multiple planners, if your life has become very chaotic and you just need to like organize some of the those areas. And the next reason why you should be having multiple planners is to create like healthy boundaries in your life. When I use this planner, like let me just show you one of the weeks. Okay, I've actually been using the Happy Wagon Undated Daily Planner for some time now, but I just want to show you the week in which I've written about work from quite a few. I think I did realize that like some time back itself that that's just taking over my life. Whoa. Okay, probably this would be the best week to show you guys. If you see here, I don't think you can really notice, but a lot of my tasks in this planner is related to work. That just felt like it just felt like my work is stepping over to like my personal life and my fitness routine and all of that, and I did see the impact of this in October. And another thing that contributed to that was I work from home, so just using everything in this particular planner, I ended up like working way more than I intended to. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that every single week I was trying to like set goals, end work day by this time, end work day by that time. And lately I have been using a separate planner for it. I don't have it with me right now. If not, I could have shown it. I've started using the Undated Daily Planner, and that has really helped me to make sure I separate my personal life and my work life. So it's helping me create boundaries, and I do still add like my meetings and stuff because that'll help me to like plan out my day, my other parts of my life in a better way, especially workouts. If I have a meeting at 9 a.m., I know that I need to wake up a little bit early and then finish my yoga probably by 7:30 or 8. If I don't have any early morning meetings, then I'll take it a bit slow in the mornings. So that's why I put the meetings in here. If not, I don't add a lot of tasks into my personal planner. So that'll really help to create like boundaries. And the same goes for college too. When I told you guys that in 2019 I had a separate planner, like I started a separate planner for my post-graduation, that time too, it was more like, everything was about college during that time. So I was like, no, this is not good. Like, there's so much more to life. It's not just college, or it's not just work, or it's not just business. There's a lot more going on. So that really helped. So that's one of the reasons. If you feel like things are crossing over a lot, then probably it's time that you separate your planner. It's just it has a lot to do with how you perceive things. If you see everything laid out here, the same's gonna reflect in your life, or probably everything that's happening in your life will reflect here if you're using it honestly. So that's the thing. If you have been facing that issue, I don't know if you've those of you who are working, have you started going to college, or have you started going to office, or are you still working from home? I think if you're still working from home, definitely I'd recommend getting a separate planner, even though things are like quite healthy in terms of boundaries for you. I definitely recommend getting a separate one. And even classes, I'm not really sure if the classes in India have started, or if it's still like virtual. So that's that. And another reason why I use multiple planners is to reduce screen time. I use my phone, laptop a lot, even though I use like multiple planners, I still, it's a lot. Like my screen time, if you see every single week when I get a notification, I'm like, it's not a good thing, but what to do. And also I don't live with family, so that's probably another reason, because I spend a lot of time on my phone, like calling and all that. But still, like I think everyone would benefit from moving away. Especially I feel scrolling, I don't really mind like watching stuff, or like because I don't have a TV too, so I need my laptop to like watch movies and shows. That I don't mind that, like watching YouTube or watching any shows. I have no issues with that. The problem I have is with scrolling, like social media, Facebook or Instagram. And like having more planners will, yeah, we all have limited time, so it'll take out some time, and it's best taken out from the time that you spend on scrolling, so you can set a routine and have, especially weekly, I think it's great. I love the time that I sit here, think about, even before I start filming, I just think about, okay, what sticker book do I want to use, like how do I want to lay out, and I spend a little bit of time just going through like my collection and seeing all that. I think that's really good. It just takes you away from your screens a bit, so that's another reason why you might want to use multiple planners, or why you should use multiple planners. More time. And yeah, these are like the 3 reasons that I can think of for using that. There would be definitely a lot more, but I think these are like the 3 like main reasons why you should be picking. So just see, like, do all the 3 reasons I shared, see, okay, which one is applicable to you. If at least one of these is applicable, then go for it. Go for choose like using more than one planner. So just to summarize, organizing a very busy and chaotic life. And the second reason is to create more healthier boundaries, so that you can stop certain tasks interfering your personal space. And then the third reason is to reduce screen time. So these are the 3 reasons. Let me know which one like is more relatable to you. I think this year, not so much the chaotic life. I think it's gotten a lot better since I graduated. I think it's more to do with healthy, even the work stuff, like because I've already started using the Happy Wagon Daily Planner. It's gotten way better. Like I think I noticed like an immediate, I think within like 2-3 days I noticed a huge difference, so that is quite good. Next year I will be switching from 2022. I will be switching to a new one from the ones that I have purchased. And the other 2, I think, in terms of creating healthy boundaries as well as reducing screen time, I'll definitely benefit from that. And I'm really excited. Currently on my channel, I just show you my ink bucket planner. I don't really show you the other setups and stuff. And to be honest, like I don't. Probably I use a little bit of stickers, but not too many. So I am quite excited for next year for all the planning videos that I get to share. And yeah, okay, anyways, these were the reasons. Now next, moving on to the tips, just doing updating you guys on the design here. What I did was I took out these like designer box stickers, and then I've layered it with these day stickers so that I can write down my priorities for that day. And it's great that I had 5, so it's pretty good. Sometimes I do add the priority boxes on the weekends, and sometimes I don't. Probably this week I won't. I'll do something for the weekend. Okay, moving back to our topic for the day, which is multiple planners. Then in terms of like tips, I can share, I thought a lot about like, okay, what tips can I share, and I tried to think from a beginner's perspective. So if you guys have never used more than one planner, I tried to like lay out in that way. So even if after you listen to the tips, if you have some more questions, then definitely leave a comment and I can give you like specific tips for the question that you have. All right, disclaimer done. And in I think the first tip that I want to share is like have a purpose. When you are keeping two planners, be specific about like why do you need those two planners. So let's say this is the one that I'm using. um, have like a purpose, and when I say purpose, I'm not talking about, oh, this is for my personal life, or this is for my work. That's definitely a starting point, but just go a step beyond that. So if it is for your personal life, like why do you want to use a planner in your personal life? For me, this year it started out with mainly, just separating my life and trying to organize everything and all of that. And then, but over a period of time, it led to a creative outlet. It became less of like organizing and planning and more of, oh, I can do this spread. Like whenever I go out for shopping, especially to like any of the stationery stores or the dollar stores, I just, any like designer stuff that I see, design in the sense like these type of designs, I'm like, oh, I can do this in the planner, I can do that in the planner. So it became more of a creative outlet, and I embraced that. I started enjoying it. So think about, like, go a step beyond and think about the purpose of why you might want to use the planner. It might be to reduce screen time. You want to like spend a bit more time on this, or it might be to develop a new hobby. So that's another thing. And I know, like, currently there are like, I'd say it's way better than before, but still there are when you compare it to the other parts of the world, there's definitely like less availability, when it comes to these decorative stuff that you could use in the planner. There are a lot more creative ways. You need not have stickers. That's one thing I want to stress. There's a lot more creative ways to decorate your planners. I think next year I'll start like incorporating more of like non-conventional ways to decorate your planners. Anyways, there's a lot of other ways which you can do, so think about all that. But also I will be launching, things are, touch wood, like things are progressing, pray for me, but yeah, things are progressing in terms of stickers and all that. So I'm hoping to launch early next year, and you'll have a lot of stickers too. So while you're watching these videos, you can sit and decorate your planner with stickers too. Okay, so that's that. And if, let's say, coming back to like, why you should have it, the purpose, for me, like this year, what I'm thinking is, definitely one, I'll be using the Inkbaguette one, but the other ones I'm thinking I need one for like health and wellness log. I was using in 2019. I saw how huge the impact was on my in my health journey that year, when I was like logging stuff. I wasn't planning, I wasn't thinking that, oh, I should do this workout or I should do that workout. I had hired a personal trainer, so it was completely moved to that. But like every day after gym, I would come out and write down all the workouts I did, and then I would write down, in the night I would write down, like, okay, breakfast, what did I eat, lunch, what. It just made me more conscious and more mindful. So that's like my purpose for the health and wellness log planner. So my purpose is to become more intentional with how I'm treating my body, in terms of like how I'm working out, or how I am, like what I'm putting into it. So that's that. And another thing that I want to keep a planner for is for my business, because I just want to, like, keep a log of stuff and main thing, like the purpose of it is obviously to organize and to make sure things are planned out and like done properly. But another, like, my purpose is to like look back. I love looking back on my planners. It just like when I just look over it, it brings back so many memories. It just shows like what mindset I had, and where like it's just like fun. I don't know if you have used like planners from before, or let's say you're using one in 2021. Definitely take some time in December, like a day, not a day, like just like half an hour in a day or something, and go over like the spreads of your planner. It'll be such a good thing. I am planning to do that in at the end of December or early November. Early January. I'm planning to do that. I'll definitely film a video and show you guys the spreads too. So that's for business. I think having like this kind of purpose associated with your planners, on the days when I feel like I'm like frustrated with this business, or why are things not working out. I know I've definitely faced those days in this year. I know I will face it in the future too, and it's part of growth. Like, no matter what area of your life, if you're trying to improve, if you're trying to get better at something, there will be days where things will get frustrated and be like, it's of no use like planning all these things. You might feel that way. So on those days, I just remind myself, like, it's okay, let's just use it. There would come a day where I would have passed all this. I'll be nice to like look back and see what exactly was going on. So that's just a bit motivating for me, to keep up with my planners and to make sure that I have a purpose for. It's just like, it just brings me back. I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to see, and I wish before 2019, that was when I started using my planners pretty regularly. But before that, like, I would try to make everything perfect. When I ditched that and started focusing more on like purpose and like why I'm using the planner and all, I think that time is when I'm like, yeah, I started being more consistent with it, and I started enjoying planning way more. So that's tip number 1. And then the second tip is to create a simple routine. Just think of, okay, what are the planners that you're gonna be buying? Obviously, like I shared with you the why you should buy, and then having a purpose for each. Now that you know, okay, you want to use more than one planner, and okay, which areas of your life you want to use a planner for. So now think about like your routine. For me, I spend, I think, 15 to 20 minutes a day with all my planners. That's it. I know it might be shocking, but that is all I spend, guys. It's not more than that. It's only because I film, like I think this idea would be nice for my YouTube channel. So that's why I come back and like sit with you guys. So that is regarding my daily routine. With my personal planner, probably like 5 minutes. Work is where I spend a little bit more, because I work like 8 hours a day. I think that's around probably like 10 minutes. I think I spend around that. And then there is another, it's not exactly like a planner, it's more like it's not even a bullet journal. I just needed something in the middle of the year, and I just got a notebook. So that is for my content, and that I spend around like 5 minutes just to I just create a list for filming, editing, thumbnails, and this and that. Like, I just make the whole list and just make sure that I've done everything that I have to do, so that the video goes live properly. So try to create a simple routine and just stick to it. And also, in terms of that's part of your daily routine, like how much time you'd be spending and when you'd be spending the time on it. So the person planner, morning I do take some time, and then night I take some time. I do keep it with me while I'm working, but I don't think I like use this planner during work. And then the undated one, daily planner for my work, I just keep it open on my desk, and it's throughout, but it's not like I'm sitting and like spending a lot of time on that. So that's that. And then the content one, I open it up like before I start filming, when I'm like planning for stuff, and then after I film, I just make sure I've done everything and I check it off. So think about the times as well as how much time you're going to be spending on a day-to-day basis. Don't cross like more than half an hour on a daily basis. I think that's a lot too, like because I use like 3 planners and one of it is for work. It's around like 15 to 20 minutes, probably like 5 minutes a planner on a day-to-day basis. That's it. I think you don't go beyond that. It's it'll be exciting at first, but then later you'll be like, oh, I don't have the time, and then you'll not even spend 5 minutes. So that's regarding like creating a simple routine for on a day-to-day basis. And also think about on a weekly basis how much time would you spend. So most of the planners that are there these days are like weekly planners. So me, probably, like if I just consider the time filming, I think I'd spend about maximum of an hour. And then the next step to use multiple planners is to like start small. If this is your first time, I'd say like have 2 or maximum 3. I don't think more than that for a beginner, like in terms of using multiple planners, would be a good thing. Just have like 2 to 3 planners, maximum 3. I just recommend 2, but maximum 3. Have a purpose for each of the things, and then have a routine. What I wanted to like mainly point out here is, if you're still not sure whether if multiple planners is a good idea but you still want it, then have a combination of like price. The second planner that you're going to keep, make sure that it's not too expensive. It's a very minimal cost, and some prices might be expensive for some people, and for some people it might not. So for you, think about how much you're willing to spend on this additional planner which you're not sure about whether you're going to be using it or not. I'd say like stick within $1,000. Like don't go beyond that. Like maximum 1,000. There are a lot of ones on Amazon that you can get for $9.99. So yeah, that's that. Before we move, I just want to like come back and update you guys. I've added like some decorative elements, and I did have a few things to plan. I'm just trying to figure out like, should I go ahead with it or not? Or you know what, I'm gonna mark my videos first for the day. I think I like to just like differentiate a bit. So I'm gonna be using these flag stickers every day and just write down the videos that I do. I'm gonna go ahead and add it on every day, and I liked how I marked here. So on the days that I didn't upload a video, I just wrote like a break. So I liked how that looks. And yeah, I'm gonna be adding these flag stickers every day. Okay, so that's that. If you already like, so far in this video, if you've already decided that you'd be wanting to use multiple planners, then let me know like how many are you planning to buy, or how many have you already bought, and what do you want to be using it for. Alright, so coming back to our next tip, and I think this is the most important tip, and also I feel like it might sound a bit like uh, contradictive, which is, even though you're going to use multiple planners, commit to just one, because no matter, this time during like end of December and early January, I think it's, you get a lot like motivated and you'll be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that in this year, and then Feb hits or March hits and you've gone back to your old self. Don't let that happen. Just commit to one planner. Every day of your life is not going to be the same. Committing to one planner, why it helps is, let's say you've decided to get 3 planners, and somehow you are not sticking to the routine that you've created, and then you feel like, okay, you know what, this is too much, I don't think like planners make good sense, like let me not use it at all. And on those days you can just remind yourself, saying that, okay, I need not have an all or nothing mindset. I can just use either of the planners that I have and I'll be good for that day, for that week, or even for that month. And I want to mention that if having planners and doing all these things like planning and all that, if that is complicating your life, then you're using it the wrong way. Planners are not supposed to do that for you. It's supposed to make your life a lot simpler. It's supposed to help you manage time and make time for the things that you really love doing, and not mindlessly spend time on the things that actually take over. And I think that really happens with work a lot, at least for me. So if you see that happening, then probably like just take a step back, reevaluate the ones that you need. So these were all the tips, and I'm just thinking if I need to write or not. It's gonna be a bit difficult for me to like talk about other stuff and write things. I'll actually go do it off camera. I think we are at the right time where I've spoken about all the things that I had on my list with regards to multiple planners. So apart from this, if you have any other questions, any more doubts about multiple planners, or if you want recommendations about, let's say you have a doubt, like, I want one for wellness but I don't know which one to get. If you have any such questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them. And yeah, I will end on that note and just say all the things that I have to say, which is, if you like watching, click the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.